This is the KennyM show. Hello, peeps. This is KennyM coming to you again, once again this week. Thanks for tuning in. Really do appreciate you coming over to listen to my audios. I wanted to change it a little bit. That's why I'm showing you my face. So this is me. Hopefully, it might not be all videos going forward, but I'll probably just mix it up a little bit. So you'd see me, and then maybe sometime you might not see me. But it depends. If you like seeing me rather than just you listening to the audios, just tell me. Let me know. Let me hear from you, and I'll keep it coming. So last week was good. I had the opportunity to have a conversation with my wife, Jo. Thanks again for coming on, and basically to tell us how she survived when she lost her uncle. So that was good. I have another surprise for you this week. Another conversation, but before that, I just want us to run through how we've managed to survive from last week up until now. I know we're still in the COVID-19 season where we're being advised to stay put and basically keep on doing all the necessaries, washing our hands and social distancing. It's quite scary, and if we keep on doing that, hopefully it's going to make sure we don't contract this virus, and then we stay alive for ourselves and our families. So yeah, thanks again for tuning in. Today, our code for this week is think, evaluate, and react. Think, evaluate, and react. You take it from a point where you're encountered with a problem. And normally what happens is we tend to rush too much into either making decisions or reacting to certain things. But I am leaving with you today that anything that you encounter with a problem or an anger, a situation or anything, just pause and have a think. And then evaluate the situation. We forget the aftermath. We forget about the repercussions and things like that. But pause, have a think, evaluate about the reaction that you're going to give, whether it will have an impact in your future or the person's future or whatever. Before you react, you don't rush into doing certain things. So take those three words with you. You think, you evaluate, and then you react. And hopefully it will change your life. I'm touching on a little bit from our discussion last week about Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich as well. So last week we talked about the first point, which was the idea that everything starts with an idea. This week, I'm telling you to think about desire. Desire. So once you have that idea come into your head, you need that passion. You need that strong feeling to go with it to be able to help you to move on to stage 3. So when you know you've got the idea, and then it's moved you into, I've got this strong feeling, I've got this feeling which is pushing me to want to do or to want to put this idea into implementation. That is your phase 2. The feeling is your phase 2. So you need your idea, and then you need your desire. Your desire is going to push you into your third phase. So think about these things. Think about you having the idea. Don't think it's just dropped. No. Once it drops, see if the desire is going to come with it. Even if it doesn't come with it from yourself, you might want to have a conversation with your mentor or somebody. Them telling you something alone, just something little, might start bringing that desire into your system. So it wouldn't just, some it would just erupt, but some you might get that edge from someone else. So if you've got an idea, start looking around, start thinking about it, start praying over it, and then you never know. The passion and the desire might follow for it to become something great. So hopefully that will bless you as well. So thanks again for listening. We're going to dive straight into our conversation this week. Right, so I've got Raf on the phone. She was a friend of mine. We go back over 20 years ago. We used to be in the same school. And when I posted, I think either the first or second audio slide, and she reached out and we had a conversation. and I felt maybe her story would bless somebody. I wanted to share her story with you, and then you'd see if you could learn something. She lost her mum, and she went through a lot, like through the death, and then how quickly they had to bury, and then the aftermath, and how she managed to sustain herself up until now. So if you'll just join me to listen to her, and then hopefully it will bless somebody. Thank you. Right, nti senana ye kanu earlier on no. Ye wo Mama Raf wa ha. Ye nini babe go through ono ni story basically their two no and obe explaini actually in their two no na wa mayen yenya futu bi nti yenya so na nti Mama Raf otimi nka we dia ewie ye da wasise wabaso
Mensu medamose na see and say somewhere 2008 October and my mommy a yare kaka na enye yare bi a na me dream say e betimi ekuno but na hopon de obe bi aye na o yare e 3 weeks and o de yare de me call hospital na doctor e ma ye yare say ni muja no approach e wo ni munti no ye shane kaka nti na ni wo hope say na ho better because one say obi a e wo say o nti ye no koto ye no koto ho bi akwani aba doctor for so hwe no one Saturday morning be my friend no early in the morning na me ka sure ni say me ba penyi no e ho mfa no nti na ko hospital aba e no so okay e na me say ni o hange up na me kwa aba e no see you nti me na kasa no me ye na nti baba no je na telephone ne so e na me cafe no me cafe no in this 5 minutes e na you do me any friend me say Sarafia I'm saying you be a as you me and I say then na oye sometime na me na kan na ma me but and I'm so ya fala ni send me see and I'm so okay me ba hospital ho nti me call do nti me call na me free me kuru na me ka sure say me ma me ya ri ni mo aye din na the way you see reaction no and your crime to me call no mama and no see okay nti me grew hospital no gate na me hu se me papa and me ma me e me ni aketwa no mu esu
oh
and na me ti me so me so mo hwe ya and na me so mo mi ra inside on ti mi ra inside on man na me so no esu so mi mo and na everything you better me say Rafia ma me when wani nyame dia and na me see en kan ko ni more than because my expect say ma me na at that time no obija ye honum and na me ma me no so oye bibi aka say ye ni me di oye ya downfall nti no na enye easy and na enye easy and it's penny but papa no be share but me papa ni issue
I don't so I break it down
yeah nti imagine why me kasa so ne yonko nti me about I'm not free me to look at and say you know so no ka on kwan so a because they are me sika no now no so when maybe you say me ma enku and that because of say Muslim nti o say
oh me in tem
hospital on near the call cops and near the call you could you table
oh wow
and that yeah your friend for and the bobo mama and say yes into normal situation here they if you know a back at table and that they the coin the coin they're not you seem be great I say being to you so be no so we shall na mambre what home na me be na say okay ma me no on me e fie no ka say fie ni pillar me say na enyi na enyi and so yakopon si ni bi si dia ne mfa se da ma na enya ba ewie onti me ni yakopon en challenge
no
ni be ya be si bi si ho abose na amamre bi o so ho ni ye na ikosie no
now or yari for how long
one yari or yari 3 weeks
Oh, just 3
Or
weeks.
you 3 weeks. So catch it. Yeah, start me, yeah, fast me or Ramadan. Into 2 weeks. Into 2 weeks in the moment. And now, or day a year into that's also 15 or also 15 days. And also, no one in the so yeah, malaria. And I'm going to go hospital. And your money when you can't enjoy it, and no dying, all the women are finance and Yariano. I also may have after one Friday afternoon dinner. Or say electrical funny, you so more, I feel into men and TV.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's an Yarin into the Yarin or Yarin.
Just one check. Until basically, like, share within a relationship now, to say, only have that close, very, very close, no? Like, how were you able to deal with Kwa or Jam or Hoko, you know? How have you been able to deal with it? And as I say, still Ugusu a dealing with it, like, how have you done it so far?
Yeah, to say, not in you, the mamma, and not Usin and Matti, no, night, not all of it, ultimately free the move, Sano, Ken, not in you. And I mean, I'm a second one, can you? If you imagine them calling Nana or Samana, me so,
Yeah.
Yeah, we are pounds, number pounds, so AR, because me name is another partner area or movie kind.
Oh.
Not your one or the number sign of one, into no, not a easy cat, not a dream, not a dream, not a dream, not at that time, no, though no my worry and I will be fair born to me. Net a easy so mammy, because that time we let mammy will now, and I'm making so. Stress our day, mammy, into no, not a mammy.
Oh, from a fear, so.
Yes, not we go through a lot, because we don't know. I said, you one of my to the concussion now, because all Yaris. It's not easy, so some down the stress, and then there's some hammer. And to me, the Casadio, or Cassan, and the Raffia, but you're only men country into men country. There's no thing. Money.
And 2 years anything like all can say easy, but me person me who not too detailed, but like saying now or pick who up say there be the SC area, you know, like and you say me de me who babe bofom na min to min toso min twaso coming him like I was say me mommy who so because me mommy be pese bi anko tiasia nka anasing oni hokro hwemia obepese mintina fa kuna meteno me komanim like how were you able na utie nyum anana utie ukain books be ana na unante ana like how did you do it?
Say na me you be na me penyum pa
Enyum
na me penyum intimo. Yes, and to say me to one man na me Mark Abraham na me tie menyum na me tie mama Esther nsonyum enti maybe me call papa ho na me call papa ho na me tell nchen and na so papa sure me say o say Russia me say dada o say o hwe me o say ahodi bi ani mu unua no mu and na say o mu di wechi o say emi ha o ja won kwala tu o so na wo hwe o wa kasa wo ma into baba be dia reho ababa be jan kwale ho say ne o ma me so jan kwale ho ekwi into Russia so wooden meaning say ne ko so no enye easy but meaning say na ko problem ma wa ku dra so dem ma o ma me o ti me fight ya o di wu ye into no da ku do meaning so ku tabi into ya ku dro na chwen na hwe nkwala na o ma ka etere no na areho ne die ibiku into okasa no metina ho no di na msadada waka mate me beshi me kuno akasa mu no so ka hwe o so ka se me hwe me say eh me di odi na tia ube so ewu na me wu so a na me ware ne
oh okay
yes and na me na ho na me say na adentina one me to them, I didn't also make nothing. No, me dear, one of you, it's a member. Any me animal. And one brass, and you, you bring up them almost saw me half to see me. You couldn't look at that, we will be now, but that was on this person. Let me come home. Until I send me some one thing. Or some one day, no, me share the any me animals or one case.
Yeah.
In that statement, some of me here, you could cry. And on that, it's shame in crying. And on me who says, "Marry, and I said, you told me to see a more mixing. Unbearable. And on the chef said, Mammy, the way if you are affecting ya. Now, send me who say, or something, so the mammy, a yapping. And yes, I'm to send me to be free on the man. Or more with the mixing. Unbearable.
Wow. Until then,
and I mean, it's not saying, we are some. So, Nika, somehow, this can be among a young couple. Nika to me, no say. Some other country, the country. I think I now problems and a more.
Yeah.
Because the bar will come. Now, all feels that the old country any come any panel, more the hour, but all cannot country different person.
Yeah.
No, so I catch a different person. It needs all this media, some action with easy. By the number me and said the other men, number sorry, I'm not sure. Number me, sorry. It's a me a Muslim, me,
no bumpire.
I'm not big enough unlucky because that time, and what the mission went to pull my heart out, and then it's me to keep 2 hours. That's what I'm saying. Because me when they say a better send me soon, I'm meaning that's how I can.
Yeah.
Would be say, oh, mommy, but to be not all day, not all day, friend. See, and one day, a woman.
Teenagers all agree, who quite mal to make grievy, you know. Yeah.
And the cousin named so I'm not a boy. So, P.N. means I'm a promise at them. Need to mean soon, and another means soup. May pour my heart out because not a summer so.
Wow.
You want to tell me Obama, and the same degree. When I find out making me a cat, I'm a pan so yari. And you may understand you sorry, I'm not me, sorry. You can be sure I'm young as I mean with a yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I think it's a very powerful message. Into a last one. I know say like bebre now I can nkofo efimu in terms of how I ultimately a share hunding, but a final word any day even so be on so cut through because umami we year 2008 no the best thing. Oh no, you're 50.
Yeah, no, you're 50.
Oh wow, and then I also year early 20s.
No, me 26.
Yeah.
No, me 26.
Into be a to say advance or to say wo anas even obi oswa ono so e court bia mu to say in cranches sembe na wo de begya no na ono so atumi de atu ne hofo.
You send me that. This situation we more easy. One thing you crowd the castle young couple, free also.
Yeah.
And so no and a great situation we have you by any so big painting wire of one empire a timid. Wire of one bone pie. Bone pie so subunya meso. Subunya meso now one castle so be so be so Emma a passing also and 2 who free pounds baby I'm a pass it you want and inquire set them.
Okay. Men isolate too.
Set them now and near my degree one she require a group on the farm.
Yeah,
one day met groups on the farm and also the young be said Papa a passing and isolate you when come on say. Could you come but I only says I can once and you can't and one thing. A bus and motivational message said, yeah, books, and I say a radio, the 2 baby, and now see now bomb pie, and young son, our partner would see, and young. but found for young common could not want to do common candidate because the man will come now will be a
yeah.
and I said, Drew says, oh, yeah, oh, pass myself, I worry, and I'm a warrior, I'm in the Shani, a man, a pass, and I'm in the come after. But if you are now, I will send me, see me, and then I don't know, you couldn't, it will see into the how I bit tonight, but it's near cancer. How I bit near cancer, minimum, the mechanism, my empire, into Mampaibo into one casa and comma or being produced, one casa show them.
No, boy,
sorry, I'm a Joe, I will be a sorry, I'm a Jimmy Subunya,
Thank you. Mama Raf, thank you very much. And I think so, yeah. I hope so, Obitia, or no so, Ebebuano, na, or to me, dear tuna hopeful. I mean, sure, Mama Raf. So that was Raf. That was her sharing her experience. It's been 12 years now since she went through that, and from the way she was talking, you could feel the pain in her, and obviously she's lived through it for over 12 years now. And there are key points in what she talked about, which I just want to touch on briefly before we go. And she went over to her dad, and the dad basically just encouraged her and told her, you've got a kid yourself, you've got other 2 younger siblings. If you let this put you down, it will have an effect on them. So because you've got children and you've got younger siblings, you've got to put yourself together. You've got to keep the faith strong and move ahead. See, that kept or stayed with her. That stayed with her for a while. And obviously these things, sometimes we say some things, it might be a blessing to some people, or it might just go out the other way around. But this was one of the moments that she went back home, sat down, and then basically just reflected on what her dad told her. And then the other thing was, she said she didn't like talking about it too much to people, because people will just listen, especially those who haven't gone through the same problem before. They will just listen, and they might just play along, or they'll just listen and they might not take it that serious. They wouldn't really necessarily know exactly the pain you're going through. So she wouldn't really recommend. And I think I do support that. It's not everything that you can tell somebody. Sometimes you need to zip when it's really not necessary. And the other thing was, you don't stay indoors, which is what she said she did. She wasn't staying indoors, because the moment you keep staying indoors, it basically it puts you in that environment for you to think more, and then you end up becoming too sad and too worried and that sort of thing. So she rather went out and then did a bit more socializing. So once you're out there talking with friends, not necessarily about the same issue, but talking with friends, socializing more, it basically takes your mind off it. So she did that, and then she spent time praying. She whatever prayer you want to pray, she spent time praying and crying unto her God, because she knows that also consoled her that much. And then she listened to music. So all these things are things you can do to actually help you to go through the pain that you're going through now. So I really appreciate you listening through. I know it was in a different tongue. It was in Chi, one of the main languages in Ghana. But you understood from the writings underneath it. And this is basically the summary. She lost her mum, and then she went through that stage, and hopefully it's blessed you, and it would have had an impact in your life. So stay blessed, and then I will see you again next week. Take care. Bye. This is the KennyM Show.